Life can make a lot of demands on our time and on our space. Learn how you can unlock the hidden potential of your garage attic today on For Your Home.
When we're making our windows and doors, and even when we're not, Pella is helping to protect our environment in communities across the country through forest stewardship, pollution prevention, waste management, and other green initiatives. Not only because it's good for business, but because it's the right thing to do. And frankly, it's just part of the way we've always done things. Because at Pella, we believe we're not just making windows and doors for houses, we're making them for the people who live inside. Pella, viewed to be the best.
Today starts the first of a two-part series on how you can solve space problems by unlocking the hidden potential in your attic. Now, maybe the space problem at your house could be your kids are moving back home, your parents need a place to live, or like in my case, I need a home office. Whatever the space demands are at your house, I think that you're going to find this series informative and motivational. We're going to take you step by step through the process of how you convert that space, put in a bathroom, a small kitchen, and have plenty of room for working and living. The first step in this process, of course, is our architect. Now, Stephen Overcash is my architect, and never underestimate the value of working with a good, talented person to help you come up with exactly what you want for a space. Now, Stephen and I worked on commercial projects, but this is our first residential together.
Hey,
Vicki,
Vicki.
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. You know, I'm so excited because, you know, when we met and we talked about what I would like to see happen to this attic space, I said, you know, I would like for something that could be multi-purpose. What have you come up with?
Well, when we came out and did our survey, the first couple of things we noticed is a very tight space. We've got to give it the illusion of being larger, and we want to keep it flexible so that you could have a multitude of uses up there. We also noticed that we're going to have to get some plumbing in there for the bathroom, but that's not going to be a major deal because there's plumbing available. So with that, we looked at three schemes for you,
okay.
And they come up with varying degrees of openness and privacy.
Okay.
The first one we call the loft. It's like a New York loft, wide open spaces, whether it's for living or for working. Of course, you want your bathroom, dining areas, and living areas. The second one that we came up with, called it a studio, a little bit more enclosure, but if you want to open up the rooms, you can use French doors. Once again, make it feel spacious through skylights and new windows. And the last one is the most degree of privacy. It's called a villa. And
I'm making a villa in my garage.
Okay. It has two rooms that could either be offices, could be bedroom, living areas. We have everything that we have in the other ones, a very small bathroom, skylights, and a little dining area.
Well, you know, I love the fact we're going to have a bathroom in there and a little kitchenette area. Is that going to be really expensive to put those in?
That's not going to be expensive. You have water right there available to
Okay.
you.
Well, I think that these are really great. I want to share these, you know, with Chris, and we want to take a look at them and with my team and see what they're going to do. Karen Mancuso is going to be our general contractor on this project. And, you know, I think a lot of times when you're planning a project at your house, you know, my viewers hesitate to call an architect because they think it's going to be so expensive. What should they estimate in their budget to have plans like this drawn up?
I would think for a small job like this, a few $1,000s can get you there. You can use the drawings for your homeowners association. If it does take permitting, you're there. Of course, your contractor will need a good set to build off of.
So it's really worth the time. It'll save you money in the long run
Absolutely
to go with that plan. So, you know, I love these. We'll look over them. We'll make our choices. And I think you've done a great job.
Thanks, Vicki. Well, I had the easy part. You've got the hard part.
Mine? Why is it hard?
You've got to go clean out the junk out of the attic.
Oh, Stephen, that's going to be tough. But I think I'm inspired to clean out the attic.
Let's do it.
Our general contractor on this project is Karen Mancuso. She's with Ion Design. Karen, you've looked at the plans and we've made our option selections. What do you see is going to be the most challenging for us on this project?
Power and sewer and code restrictions for such a small space.
Wow, those sound like big issues. Okay, so for the sewer, that means getting water out there and then getting the wastewater back.
Correct. You've got a kitchen, you've got a bathroom, and we don't have much of a fall at this point, so we got to be able to get that from your source or from your site down to the actual source. So the plumber is actually going to assist us with that. He's installed a new pump, and that's going to help with that issue to get all of that out.
All right.
And then from a power source, of course, and Jim, our electrician, is going to help us with this. But right now, as it stands, you probably don't have enough power up at that site to get the things that you need done.
Right, because we want a multi-purpose space up there when we're done. You know, like you said, we've got a kitchen, we've got a microwave going in, we have a refrigeration system, heating, cooling, all those kind of things. So to get more power out there, where are they going to get that power?
We've got really one of two choices. They're either going to have to take it and bring you a new tower in right here at the end of your yard and bring it all the way up to site, or they're going to have to work off of an existing transformer that's in your neighbor's yard behind the house.
Okay, so that may mean that we're trenching my yard or we may be trenching our neighbor's yard, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it looks like I better do some social calls around to make sure if we come through their yard, they'll like it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. Well, I know it's narrow and I know we have some code restrictions there, and so as a designer, it's my job to make sure that I get all my materials delivered on time so your guys have what they need when they get ready to use it. And I'm going to pass those things by you, like choices for vanities and toilets and everything, to make sure I haven't ordered something that's not in code.
Okay, great. And then I can take all those and run a timeline and we can click right along, just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, because those projects always work right on time schedule, right?
Exactly.
From blueprints to reality, that's what we've got up here in our over the garage space. Take a look at how everything is shaping up. This will be our bathroom over on this side, long and narrow, but I'm sure that Chris has some solutions for us. This area, this is sort of our lounge area, our living room. This space along here, well, this is going to be our kitchen area. It'll also be a long counter for working on different projects as well. Back here, we have this room could be a home office or a closet if you want to turn this space over here into another home office or a bedroom. A lot of possibilities in this space. Now, how do you go from those plans we looked at earlier to reality? Well, for me, I call up on my carpenter, Bill. Hey, Bill, how's it going?
Hey, Vicki, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, but I'm kind of concerned with this wall right here. What's happening?
We had to build a temporary wall underneath here to support our ridge from our rafters that we cut out across here.
Okay.
We're going to drop a couple of LVLs in, which will then carry this load, and we can take this wall out. It's just here till we get it bared.
LVLs, for those of you at home, would be beams that he's going to run across
Wooden
here.
beams.
Okay, because these used to come all the way down to the bottom here, the rafters did.
Exactly, and we had to cut them off to make space for our office in here, and we're going to come back where these are sitting on the existing roof line and throw some beams in here, which will help support these rafters as well.
Well, you know, this really opened up this space doing this. I love that.
Made a nice little room in here.
It did. Now, over here, this is going to be one of our new windows that's going to go in where the vent was. How large is this new window going to be?
We're going to have about a 2'4", 4'6", 2 foot 4 inches wide by 4 foot 6 inches tall going in there.
Okay, so I'd like a little bit bigger. Could we do bigger or no?
Can't do bigger. We're kind of held back with the trim on the outside of the house matching up to the existing.
Okay.
We're kind of held to where we can be with that right now.
All right, but how about over here? Now, this is our big office or our bedroom space that we have here. This is where I'd really like to see a big window.
We're going to put in a 5 foot wide by 4 foot 6 tall window over here. We had a lot more room to work with because of the gable side of the house.
Okay.
So we were able to get a bigger window. It'll make this room feel a lot lighter, a little more airy.
You know, and that's the big thing with an attic space like this, because the ceiling is kind of, you know, encroaching on you. But the bigger the window space and the more light we can get. What else can we do to bring some light into this project?
We're also going to throw in some skylights.
Okay.
One in the bedroom here, one over our workstation down here, and one in the bathroom. It'll help get some of that light in the back of the house and keep it a little more airy and open looking.
Okay, and it would be great if we could get some skylights that vented.
We're going to have hand crank vents on these. The one in the bathroom is going to be up a little bit higher, so they make an electric opening on that. It's just like a remote for your TV set. Push the button, open the window.
I love it. I'm going to let you get back to slinging those 2x4s. Thanks,
Y'all
Bill.
have a good one.
Now, this space would be pretty useless if we didn't include a bathroom. And when it comes to bathrooms, this is our guy. This is Chris. He's the FYH plumber. And I'm sure you got a plan, even though this looks like a really narrow bathroom.
Actually, it is a very narrow bathroom, and we do have some challenges, Vicki. But to get a full bathroom in here, I think we have some great ideas for you.
Okay, what are you thinking?
The best thing is probably going with the shower in this portion of the bathroom. You'll have your clearances. We would put our valve in this wall. We'll have the shower head coming out here.
Okay.
So we got the shower taken care of.
Okay.
With a bathroom like this, I would recommend maybe going with a frameless door to give you that appearance of it being a much larger space.
And could we get by with no door at all?
Sometimes you could, but because of the depth of the shower, I wouldn't recommend that.
We'd have water going everywhere.
Correct.
Huh? Okay, so then where's everything else going to go?
Center of the bathroom, as soon as you walk into the bathroom, your focal point will be the vanity, which is the sink.
Okay.
And then right behind you will be the water closet.
Okay, so if we have the toilet here and we have the vanity here and we've got the shower out there, as a designer, I'm looking at this space and going, how can we make it look bigger? So can we do our shower so that it doesn't have a curb on it, so it flows right through?
Yep, we could do a very low threshold.
Okay.
We can go with a wall-mounted vanity or a floating sink with a wall-mounted faucet.
Okay.
And then for the toilet, we can go with a wall-hung toilet where the tank is incorporated inside the wall.
So you mean the tank would be inside of here?
That is correct, and that would save you about 10 inches.
Wow, so that's, if we could keep everything up off the floor like that, I think it's going to make it look more spacious even though it's small.
That's correct.
All right, now so this is a challenge here, but you have a bigger challenge because there is no water coming out here. So how are you going to do that?
That's correct. When you have a detached building from the main house to get water from point A to point B and sewer as well, the water main will have to trench as well as the sewer. But with the sewer, since we don't have proper fall, we'll have to go with a lift station. So all the sewer and waste from this building would go into a tank with a pump.
Okay.
That pump will get pumped into your main house and tie into your sanitary at your house.
Okay, you know, I kind of faded out right there after you said the word trench. So that means that you're going to be going right through my yard, right?
That is correct. We're going to pick the path of least resistance. We're going to stay away from your shrubs, your flowers, and your bushes, and take the shortest path.
Okay, well, you know, those hydrangeas are really special to me, so that's it. The rest of them you can have at it, okay?
Okay.
All right, well,
Great.
This is going to be a small space, but I think it's with the right tile and the right fixtures and with your great plumbing, it's going to be really a great functional space.
That's
All right?
correct.
I'm going to let you get back to measuring and doing what you do best.
Thank you, Vicki.
Creating a plan was our first step. Now it's time to put those plans into action. We had a limited amount of space to work with in the bathroom. I called upon Jim Mock from Marsh Furniture and our plumber Chris from All About the Pipes to work together hand in hand to create a space that would work beautifully with our product manufacturers to give us a contemporary look that we were after. Just like the plumbing, whatever's going to happen up there has got to start down here. Now, this is Jim, and he's the FYH electrician. Jim, do you have good news or bad news for me today for power?
Well, right now we're not sure exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get Duke Power out here to look at the situation. We don't have an adequate service on the house to provide a sub panel for the project out here. So we're going to get the engineers out here to see where the transformer is, and we're going to try and get our own power source dedicated for this garage.
Okay, so if we pulled off the house, how much power would that give us?
At best 100 amps.
And what do we need?
Well, a standard service is a 200 amp service, and if we do that, then we're going to have no problems. And that's, we don't want to do something as an electrician that when we get to the end of the project, oh, we got a problem, we don't have enough power.
Okay, because we have a lot of things that we're going to be running up in that space, or potentially we don't even know what somebody down the road will want to do.
Sure, sure.
And we're having office equipment up there, maybe flat screen TVs, computers, printers, and then just the general kitchen and everything.
Right, and anytime we have a full garage down here, and then we're going to have, like what you said, an office up there, and in an office you're going to have your printers, which pull a lot. You know, you're going to have your computers, all your electronics. We're going to have a kitchenette. We're going to have heating and cooling. We're going to have a bathroom. So yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure that we have more than what we need.
Power's good, right?
That's right. The
We
more the
love it.
better. That's right.
Okay, well then let's talk about some other ways that we can use power in a wise way. I would like to be as green as possible with the things that we're putting in there. And that brings me to LED lighting. That's what I'd like to see us use throughout. What do you think?
I think it's definitely the best option. There's more and more technology in that field. As far as LED lights, they're going to use less power. They're going to put out less heat, which is good for our space up there.
Yeah,
and they're
it's
going
really tight up there.
That's right. And they're still going to put out a lot of light. They're still going to be just as good, if not better, as our traditional incandescent lights. So,
well, you know, I know that when you go to the store to maybe replace a light fixture in your house and you look at LED lighting, you kind of get sticker shock.
Sure.
It's a little bit more expensive.
It's pricey.
Yeah, but it pays for itself.
It does pay for itself. If you look how long that fixture is supposed to last, or that light bulb is supposed to last, and the power that it's going to use, it's going to pay for itself for sure. It's just that initial investment. And again, it's still a relatively new technology, so there's more products available every day. The prices are coming, even in the last 2 years, they've come down a lot.
Okay, so you made a good point to me too when you and I were talking about some of the lighting needs up there, to stick with a company that's been working in the LED rim for a period of time.
Right.
Rather than somebody who's just brand new into
Sure. Sure,
Yeah.
and especially with the LED lights, you want somebody that has a good track record, that's going to build a good quality light.
Well, I know you're waiting for a list from me of all the appliances that are going to go into that kitchen up there,
That's
and I'm
right.
working on it. I'm really working on it, so
Okay.
I hope to get it to you by the end of the day.
Great, sounds
Okay?
good.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Most home improvement projects will require some landscaping. For us, we had some major work that needed to be done to accommodate this project. David from Living Legacy is my landscaper. We met and discussed the work he and his crew would need to handle. There were bushes to be removed and a section of the sidewalk to come out. A trench had to be dug to accommodate the plumbing and gas lines from the garage to the main house. The biggest project was a 3-foot deep trench from the street to the corner of the garage. This was for the new power lines. Working around trees and existing landscaping, there was a lot of work to be done, and it required it all to be dug by hand. Once the work was completed and inspected, Dave's crew had to fill it all in, seed, and put things back together.
Every project has a budget. You can stay on budget if you become the go-get-it person. You're going to pay the same amount of money per hour whether your electrician is pulling wire or if he's shopping. Now, Jim has given me a list of his electrical supplies, so come on, let's get that first. My electrician sent me in with a list of things that he needs, so maybe you can help me find them. First of all, he's looking for some of these junction boxes here. So let's see, we needed some singles, so like 4 of those singles.
All right, just a single junction box?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You
Grab a couple of those.
Were you
Yeah, I
looking
think
for a
these
nail-on or an old work there?
I think this will do good.
Okay.
I want to take a look at your switch plate covers, so where would they be?
Yeah, very next to that. I'll show
Okay,
you.
let's go.
Yes, ma'am. All right, now would you like white ones?
I need a different color combination. Some areas are going to be white and some are going to be in dark color. So show me what my options are.
Okay, we have white here, and then we go to almond, and then ivory, which ivory and almond, they're similar. They're both a beigey, but one's going to be a dark beige, the ivory is.
Okay.
Then other than that, we have gray and brown here as well.
Okay, those will probably be too dark, so I need to make a choice in here. All right. So we need some plugs for the bathroom. So those need to be what kind?
The GFCI ones.
Okay,
there.
let's take those in the almond color there.
Okay, sure enough. So we'll get you a couple. And how many did you need there?
I need 3 of them.
All right, 3-pack right here.
Yep, perfect. Now, one of the things on my list today is to pick out a utility sink for the garage. Chris is going to install that as long as he's doing all that work.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hey, how you doing, Art? I need to get a utility sink for my garage, okay? And I don't have a counter, so it needs to be like a freestanding. So what are my choices?
Okay, you came to the right area. Basically, our freestanding sinks right here has freestanding legs. It's basically made for different purposes. So utility sink, which a little depth, which could help you depending on what you're doing. What are you looking to do?
I'm going to be washing my dog.
Okay.
I'm going to be cleaning up paintbrushes, flower pots, just that kind of dirty stuff I don't want to take into the house.
Okay. This one is perfect for you because the durability of it will stand the test of time too.
Okay.
Has freestanding legs, and this looks like what you need.
Yeah, this will work out great. I see that I'm going to also have to have some kind of a faucet for it. Okay. So what would you recommend on that? Do I have choices?
You have choices based on what you said earlier. You're going to be doing different things. So a lot of times you will want something with a removable head so you can spray. Gives you better options so this way you can maneuver around the sink.
Now that's what I'm talking about. I'll take one of these. If you'll give me a hand with that sink. Now sometimes there may be things on your list that are too large for you to haul home. In that case, be sure that you check with your home center. They may have free delivery, or a lot of them have trucks you can rent by the hour, and that'll save you a lot of money.
How you doing today, ma'am? Anything I can help you with?
You sure can, Chris. I need to have 5 of these 2x12s by 12 foot, and let's make them as smooth and straight as you possibly can.
Not a problem. I'll hand pick them, put them on a cart, and I'll meet you up front.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Chris.
You got it.
Now, I just spent about an hour doing all my shopping. Took me a half hour to get here, another half hour to get home. That saved me 2 hours that I don't have to pay my electrician or my plumber. You do the math. That really helps the bottom line when you're trying to stay on budget. My errands are complete. Time to check back in at the project site and see how they're progressing. Now this project is pretty complex. We've got things going on in the interior as well as on the outdoors. These stairs were added to give us kind of just easy access to the storage space over the top of the garage. But over the last few years, they have really deteriorated and they're not very attractive. Now Mick is our FYH outdoor living contractor, and Mick, you've got some solutions for me, right?
Yeah, Vicki. First thing we've got to do is get rid of what you have up
Just
here.
get rid of everything I got,
It's just not
huh?
safe. You can see the boards have got massive cracks and massive gaps in them. So let's start by getting rid of all this, get rid of all the decking, and putting down new framing and a new PVC capped composite
Material
product.
on top of it? Okay, so the material you're going to put it down on top of it, what is that like?
It's they take a composite board and they wrap it in a PVC. They give it the wood grain finish.
I love that.
And comes in a variety of different colors. You know, we'll pick one that'll match your house real
I
nice.
like this one right here.
This is a nice gray color that'll match the siding that you've got. We're going to have new riser boards going up the deck, which will probably be kind of to match your trim on the house, maybe
Okay,
a white color. And then we're also going to get rid of this railing system.
Right.
And the railing system, you can see, is just
Pretty rickety, isn't
pretty
it?
rickety, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me, what do you think?
I think it's got to go, just like everything else does. Is there a way you can make this wider at the same time?
Absolutely. We're going to take this and move about 8 inches out to the center of this column. We've got to brace up the beam up above, and this way you'll have a little more safety. We're also going to put lights in there, so you'll have,
that's excellent.
at nighttime you'll have even more safety features in here. Coming up and down the steps will be nice and illuminated that way.
Okay, and so once you're through with the new deck or the new stairs you're going to put on here, how about the outside?
Yeah, we're going to try to incorporate this new staircase to look like it was part of the house. So instead of having a picket system, a baluster system, we're going to make a solid wall with like a lap siding over that.
Okay, just like I have on my house.
Exactly. We'll use that same product and we'll paint it to match so it looks like it blends in.
Okay, so it looks like it was originally here and not an add-on. That's what I love, okay? Now, here's my big problem though. I don't want the new stairs to go in until they're through doing the construction upstairs. But there are some boards that are really unsafe here, and I don't want to have one of my plumbers or electricians going through. Can you add a little bit of support to them, screw them down tight, whatever you got to do?
We can shore it up a little bit.
Maybe you can do that this afternoon.
Let's hope we get the new decking done soon, okay?
All right, thanks, Mick.
All right.
Our FYH team has been working for a few days now and making great progress. Now it's time to bring in the big equipment. Have you ever noticed how some projects seem to go backwards before you can go forwards? Well, that's kind of what's happening here on this project. We had to tear down all the drywall off of the beams in the garage here because we needed access so Bill and them could reinforce the beams in certain areas. And we also are going to have spray foam insulation going into this section to keep it nice and comfortable up there, and they had to have access. It also, as a benefit, made it easier for our guys to pull wire and to install plumbing. Now, Chris is our plumber, and he's been working on getting hot water to our garage area. And what you got here for me?
Well, Vicki, what we have here is a hybrid water heater.
What do you mean by hybrid?
Hybrid, I mean it's the best of both worlds. It has a tank, a 1.9 gallon storage tank inside of it, and it also works like a tankless.
Okay, so what's that going to do for me because it has that storage capacity?
Well, it's going to do a few different things. It's going to give you endless hot water with no pressure drop and no sandwich effect.
Okay, all right, so when you say sandwich effect, what the heck does that mean?
If you're taking a bath and you fill the bathtub up and you shut it off and turn it back on, there won't be any lag of cold water
coming into that area, so it keeps it like that. How about the pressure? Because some people say with the tankless they lose pressure.
There's no pressure loss on this.
Okay, that's excellent. Now, are we running this off of natural gas, it looks like here?
That is correct. It could run off natural gas or propane, whatever you have at your home.
All right. My other question that I have is, you install this inside of the garage. Is that the only place it can go?
No, it can go on the exterior of a home, interior of home, and it's also good for commercial applications. However, in this case, you had the room, so we put it on the wall.
Okay. All right. Now, my next question is it only one size, or has this been sized just to this project?
This has been sized just for this project. Comes in multiple sizes, but however, because of your fixture count, this is the size that we feel.
And that's something you plumber guys all know about, right?
That's right.
All right. Okay, now on the front of it, I see these little dolls and everything. It looks sort of like, to me, like our sprinkling system. What's going on there?
This is basically the diagnostics and control pad, power on, off, priority for water. You could set the temperature higher or lower, and if there ever is a problem, you can contact us or hit the diagnostics. It shoots up a code and lets you know what's wrong with the product.
Okay, great. So it's very user-friendly, in other words,
it is.
right?
It really
now,
is.
I see our power cord hanging there, of course, because we haven't gotten to that stage of our construction yet. Is it going to have to go off a 220 or standard?
It goes
plug?
off of the standard outlet.
Okay, well, that's a money saver right there.
Absolutely.
Now, when you compare, because nowadays people have so many options out there and they're trying to keep their budget under control. We have tankless, we have a hybrid now, and you have the old-fashioned big tanks. How do they all compare in regards to price comparison and install?
Price in comparison, with the hybrid, you're going to have the highest efficiency, 98% efficiency. It is a little bit more than a standard water heater, tank-style water heater, but it is comparative to a tankless water heater. However, this has a better warranty, 20-year warranty.
Okay.
It's stainless steel insides, which it requires less maintenance. So in the long run, this is...
You're going to make up that cost that you would save in the original part. All right, and we want to do that. We want to be as energy efficient in this project as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
You know. Well, thanks, Chris. It looks like we've got a great system going here, and I know if I run out of hot water, here's the guy to call.
Give us a call.
Thanks, Chris.
The new custom-built doors and windows are really going to make a big difference in this space. They are energy efficient and easy to clean. Plus, they'll match perfectly with the original windows in the main house.
Well, I'm really pleased with the progress that we've made in just a few short weeks, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out on the next episode of FYH. Make it a date to join me, Vicki Payne, right here on For Your Home.
When we're making our windows and doors, and even when we're not, Pella is helping to protect our environment in communities across the country through forest stewardship, pollution prevention, waste management, and other green initiatives. Not only because it's good for business, but because it's the right thing to do. And frankly, it's just part of the way we've always done things. Because at Pella, we believe we're not just making windows and doors for houses, we're making them for the people who live inside. Pella, viewed to be the best.
Do you want to know more about the projects today or our guests? Visit us on the web. You're going to find great behind-the-scenes shots, streaming video, project ideas. We even have an e-newsletter with tips and ideas. It's foryourhome.com.